Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome to my channel. This is Moon Guy 777 coming at you at the top of the morning. Hope everybody can hear me loud and clear. Um, I just wanted to talk about there's a lot of stuff going on. Let me actually go in here so I can stick with my title. Uh, it's sad. It's so sad. It's so sad, y'all. I listen to a different variety of music, but I let me know if you can hear me. I listen to a different variety of music, but I'm gonna tell you somebody that I listened to back when I discovered them. Oh, I'm grateful to the elements, water, fire, air, earth, and spirit. You do that song. I'm getting better. You can see my face now. Yeah. But grateful to the elements, fire, earth, air, water, and spirit. Grateful to the great mother, the righteous father, I say the son, the daughter. Grateful to the universe, nature, ancestors, the archangels, Archangel Machiel, Ashe, Archangel Machiel, Ashe. Grateful to the Orishas, grateful to the Supreme All Source, Maya, Ashe. Okay, getting back into it. I discovered Young Thugger back in 2012 when I was on my way to VA. I had to go take care of some business when he was with Gucci Man in a song. And I mean that voice, that's not even a voice that's on this dimension. The things that that man can do with his voice. I mean, it's like how can I describe it? Like I'm in the music industry. I sing, I write, do different things. Have actually got to the point where they wanted me to sign with big people. I'm not even gonna say no names, but anybody that they know or whatever. I don't really I'm kind of a very I've been an open book the last few years, but I've always been a very kind of private person. Oh shoot, to a certain degree. Hope y'all can. I don't know. Earphones. Let me see. One second. I don't even like these. I just did something last minute, but let's see. I don't like them. I don't. I don't like these earplugs. So I'm getting the Beats things like soon. Let me see. I'll go any farther. Okay. And I hope you can hear me. But I don't even, yeah, I just did this quick because the other one's broke and I was just trying to have some clear sound anyway. But anyway, his voice is like angelic. Oh my God. You don't even need it with a voice like that. You don't need to do anything but just make music. Like, why? 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 Because that voice is like anointed. I can't describe how much I like this man's voice. And yes, I know he was with Birdman and I seen him in a dress and he's a little weird or whatever, but that voice is very rare to actually have a sound like that nowadays. That is a very like he's he probably would be strange like he is with a voice like that because that man, he's probably not even he's like a high spirit or something. Why? Why, young thugger? Why would you even think about I guess it's how he might have been raised. Like he probably didn't know he was that his voice was that gonna be that awesome in this day. That's why you gotta be careful about the things you know, he couldn't help how he was born. And he we do choose our parents. But I'm saying you can't stay in survival mode. Like once he got the money and really seeing like how special his voice was and the levels it'll take him to and how his gift made room for him, he should have been able to let some of that stuff go. He should have been, and then dealing with these people, he should have been able to let somebody. But sometimes it's hard to let people go because some people can't do it because people make them feel bad about their success and feel like you leaving. Oh, you leaving me behind, and oh, you don't want to be my friend, or you don't want to be my family member, and you don't want to help us to put us on. But I'm sorry, huh? Sometimes you just gotta cut your cord, relocate, do whatever you gotta do. Cause sometimes staying in the same place and staying in the comfort zone and not going into the unknown, it can either harm you or help you. Most likely, if you're not in alignment, it's gonna harm you. That's why a lot of people they not here no more. That's why a lot of people they in trouble because they stayed in the comfort zone and they kept rising up to different levels. They want to stay around the same energy vampires, stay around the same people. You don't gotta cut people off and never talk to them again. But as you ascend and rise up to different levels, your environment gonna change. The people, places, and things that you be around gonna change. You're not gonna be able to take some of them people with you to them levels. You gotta branch off. You don't have to cut people off and you don't necessarily have to speak to them again. Now, some people you might don't want to deal with because they don't mean you no good. They just come around to drain your energy and try to figure out what you're doing to actually harm you. Just like I know somebody was talking about Ben Simmons, what he did to Michael Blackson, and how he finally Michael Blackson, I guess, finally decided to get engaged with one of his white women or whatever. Which color I don't care about that all that, but it's looked like a Caucasian lady or whatever. He decided to get engaged, and he was rolling around with Ben Simmons. I guess Ben Simmons is one of those ball players. He's like 20 something, and Michael Blackson is like close to 50 years old. So, I know age is just a number, but you would make you wonder, like, what do they have in common? Which I know is money. It's money. And Michael Blackson, being a guy from another country, he's probably a little young, got a young spirit, because a lot of times they don't age like a lot of our men do. The way they eat and stuff like that, and the way they came up eating more natural foods and their spiritual beliefs, they, kind of age a little slower or whatever than a lot of our American, indigenous black men or whatever, African men. So, he was hanging around with Ben Simmons, and he finally asked one of his ladies to marry him. Come to find out, Ben Simmons supposed to be his boy. He go in the inbox and trying to hook up with Michael Blackston's fiance, and they supposed to be, hanging out homies. But the lady was like asking Ben Simmons in the inbox, from what I understand, allegedly, from what I understand, she's like, "Aren't y'all supposed to be homeboys, or aren't y'all associates? Aren't y'all friends? Aren't y'all cool?" So the guy Ben Simmons was like, "Oh no, I don't probably like allegedly, I'm just putting my little 2 cents in there, right? I don't fool with him, I don't mess with him like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? We hang out, we kick it, we spend, you know what I'm saying? We drop money on these hoes," and probably was telling her stuff about what shady stuff that he might be trying to concoct that Michael Blackson be doing behind her back. You know how people be doing. But that's sad, you know what I'm saying? He got all these women available to him, but he gonna go after one of his homeboys' fiancés. And I know that really hurt Michael Blackson, because he probably thinking like, "Yo, this dude, we cool, we both got money." See, that's what people get it mixed up at. Money don't buy morals. Just because somebody got money don't mean they're good people for you to be around. And all money ain't good money, honey. I'm telling you, some people gotta learn that the hard way. All money is not good money, and everybody, just because they got materialistic things, just because they have certain statuses and certain degrees. And I'm not knocking money, because money is a part of this. Hey, money is currency. It's good to have, especially if you know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a very ambitious person. I'm so ambitious sometimes I ain't even bragging that. If I sit still, people still can't catch up with me. But I don't do a lot of boasting and bragging. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm a time traveler. I've been ahead of my time. But anyway, that's really, I could tell it hurt him because he talking about it. Like, he really thought that he was safe with his circle or whatever he had with Ben Simmons. But just cause folks got mansions and Bugattis and they got all this money and stuff, it does not mean they are good people. You have to actually test people out. When I was a lot younger, a lot of my circle, I just was friendly, and I'd have a whole lot of women around, and it's women like this too. It's women, we know it. We all been through. It's women in your family. It's women that, you know what I'm saying, you might be associated friends with. Soon they see you with somebody, they the confidence to holler at them behind your back. Whether it's your cousins, just could be your sister. Hell, some people go through this with their parents, with their mamas or whatever, and their daddies. Like men go through it with kid folk. Could be your parents. It's stuff that we don't talk about, but it happens. That's why you gotta choose your circle, not based on materialism and how much money they have and how beautiful they are and how much status they have and how popular they are. And you gotta look and discern and try the spirits. I know he thinking like that. I need to go back to my African heritage and divine with the ancestors and figure out who's for me or whatever. Sometimes you gotta do that. You gotta take it on back. But then I want to talk about this other man, Oliver somebody. What is his name? He was going around spreading HIV to these Kenyan women, allegedly. And this one Kenyan woman was getting ready to get married, and her husband seen what he posted a picture of there that she had that stuff, and he ain't marrying her. He told her, he said, "Oh, this is so sad. I think I done screenshot it. I think I screenshotted what the man texted his fiance about." She was like, "You're not gonna meet me at the altar?" And he's like, "I done brought your," he said, "I done helped your daddy, brought your father to this country, put your family members on. Look, I'm gonna read some of it. Yeah, what time is it?" He said, Oliver somebody. Y'all can look it up. Let's see. Yeah, I think I got it in here. In my own, I done got hungry all of a sudden. No, that's the other stuff. What did it say? Yeah, might be over here in this. Anyway, I can remember. He said, "I have brought your father, your mother, your sister, your brother. I helped them get out of debt. I put them on, and blah, blah, blah. And I've helped your family members. And this is how you repay me? You sleep with a man that's a white man, which color don't really matter. But I noticed with how a lot of the people in some of those countries, like those African countries, you would think that they would be more woke than a lot of us, but sometimes they have been more brainwashed than we are. Because I noticed some of my friends when they come here to America, some of them, my associates that I work with, because I worked in the medical profession. So when I worked in the medical profession, I worked with Asians and Africans and Indians and people from Russia, everywhere, like international people. I've had the pleasure to be work with a diversity of people. And everything and kind of research their cultures and stuff like that. It's I'm grateful for it. So I know it's when a couple some of the African women come here, they've been told that though when they come here, like the Caucasian man is like he's worshipped by a lot of them, and they think when they meet one of them, they meet a rich one and everything gonna be all right. So if they got like a husband that's like a from their country, they looking at that more so than us. They say we worship white Jesus over here, the black woman, but the Christian ones. But and in some of them African countries, honey, when they see they could have a husband. When they see a white man, shit, they'd be like, "Oh, he has arrived. Like I'm gonna ride off on a white horse for real." Like you think they talk about us, but we not as like we grew up with them. Like we know what time it is. We like yeah, whatever. Like man is a man. I know I am. I don't judge them based off of too much off of like superficial stuff because I know people are spirits having a spirit having a human experience. So I just look at them like, oh, that's a man. A man. All basically all men want the same thing. They in this patriarchal society, they don't want to be worried. They want to eat, and have the sick and be left alone or whatever, and just be. They really don't want to be bothered too much with what you got going on. They just pretty much in most not you got some sensitive ones that actually care about what you got going on, and they but most for the most part they a lot of them they just want to work, make their money, pay the bills, and just eat and They want you to be a support system to them. They do, they do, but they a lot of them don't want they don't want to go through too much with you. Mm-mm. No, but when it comes to us, we supposed to, take a little more, which we are stronger spiritually and they're stronger physically. So, it's a balance to it or whatever. In this country, like I was saying, a lot of our women, we know the game or whatever with all of that. We know that just because we meet somebody of another culture, that don't mean that they're gonna save us and all that. I know I do. I know color don't matter when it comes to that. It's about the spirit of the person or whatever. Um, and how they were raised. Because some people, I know that skin color was made up, and it's not real, but it's actually real to some people. They really believe they better than other people because of their skin color. Because that's what they have been raised to believe, and that's what this system has taught them. So they actually believe it. They got a right to certain things because of their skin color. You got some people that look like us, they believe they got a right to certain things because of their skin complexion. We have colorism in our society. But anyway, the man was like, "Oh, I'm call the wedding off. I'm not marrying you." This man done affected a whole bunch of Kenyan women with HIV. Anyway, I just want to talk about that. You gotta be everything that glitter is not gold. You have to be careful. That's crazy. I mean, some of them had good men or whatever, and now their lives are destroyed. He shouldn't have did that to him. He shouldn't have did that. Which they couldn't have been, handling their business with him like that anyway. As far as they know, they got somebody. Even if you single, you gotta be careful. Because it's not just about disease; it's about spiritual transfers too, and everything. What we got going on? Oh, we got a with the planets. We have a full lunar eclipse coming up on the 16th, but it's gonna be here in the eastern part of the world. I've been tracking it. It's gonna be on the 15th, like in the wee hours or like midnight hours or whatever. That's when the full lunar eclipse is going to be, and it's going to be a lot going on at that time. Whew, and a full moon. That's the only way it can happen with a full moon. That's when the Earth, the Sun, and the Moon is in alignment, and it's gonna pass through the sun, blocking the sun. The shadows of the moon gonna pass through the Earth and block the sun and all of that. So it's gonna be a very, very, very spiritual time with the full moon and the lunar eclipse, and I think it's gonna be in. I might be wrong, but I think it might be in Libra. I think it's gonna be in Libra. That's the Maya energy, the balance, the justice, and the balance of the scales. So it's gonna be a great time for meditation on balancing and protection and just cleansing with the full moon and all that. The when even after it passes, it's gonna be around for a lot of days. That lunar eclipse energy, and the lunar moon is the moon is with the moon is feminine. The solar is more, what is it, masculine, from my understanding. So, and what else? I want to talk about this movie, y'all. Y'all gonna love me for this. So my daughter, she found this movie on Netflix. It's called Blood Sisters. This is a great movie. Oh my God. It's only 4 episodes, but it is wonderful. Me, my daughter, and my mom sat here and watched this movie. This movie is good. It's also a good movie. Like, we have discussions about stuff that probably most indigenous black African families don't talk about. We talk about a lot of things that people are uncomfortable to talk about. Like, we talk about, like, whew, let's for example, um, like, I'll tell my mom about things that happened to me when I was a kid. Most people probably are uncomfortable talking to their mom, and at first, she was really uncomfortable with it because like me, I'm a parent. Nobody wants to hear that mess. They got their own stuff going on, and they probably ain't faced their childhood trauma and faced their demon. Put them in balance in the pineal gland and all that. So they don't. At first it's very wrong, but it's been doing this for a while. And my daughter do me like that. I do her like that. And my granddaughter does. We have a thing where we are very honest about, listen, what you did hurt me, and I know, I need to let it go and I need it, but I'm having a hard time with dealing. I mean, we have actually learned how to. We kind of forced my mom to face the trauma of, so maybe she is getting more comfortable with facing hers because that baby boomer generation. I mean, we as a culture have a lot of healing to do, and like I tell people, from my experience, I can't say what nobody else needs to do. It helped me a lot in the beginning with the religion. I was kind of raised up into that, and then with the ancestor veneration and connecting with my ancestors, that topped it off. Oh my gosh, I'm just so grateful for. I'm so grateful. I'm not where I used to be, and it's levels to this healing, and it's different processes and stuff, but I'm just grateful I'm not where I used to be. We have to learn to heal each other. We have to learn to show compassion. I went through my journey of healing and facing my traumas and stuff. I have learned to go into my occasion records and go into even my birth charts and research the purpose of me coming into my parents' lives and how we're connected and my footprints, my purpose here, and why I had to have the type of environment that I had to be able to go into the things I needed to do to complete my purpose upon this earth. I mean, it's deep. It took a lot of time. It's not the easiest thing to do because whew, we're not taught this stuff in school. If we was taught this in the beginning when we first get here, it'll be a lot easier. But I mean, it's possible, y'all. It's possible. You got to think beyond this 3D dimension to reprogram yourself and to actually go deep within, with meditating and all that. But that movie, oh God, I don't want to tell it all because I want y'all to see it. It's on Netflix. It's called Blood. So it's an African, like, independent film. The mother is African people. The mother, how can I say it? She is like the wickedest woman. Like, oh my God. She has like three children, about three or four children. She had one child by this man on her husband, but she killed her husband because he found out she was cheating. But she put the baby on her husband to make herself look good, but she wouldn't let the father see the baby because he wouldn't leave his daggone wife. And she didn't care nothing about the rest of the children. The girl seen the mama kill her daddy looking out the window. The mama tried to brainwash her that it was a bad dream. The other son that's supposed to be the firstborn, he ain't got no respect because the mama just favored this one she got pregnant by with this married man. And he wicked. He just be going around beating on these women, gouging their eyes out. But see, old girl is engaged to him. And she a beautiful. This one of them girls, like my daughter said, the other African girl that play in the picture, the best friend, she look like Sarah Jakes. She both of them is beautiful, beautiful African girls. And they, oh my God, I look at Africa, I look at Indian, the independent Indian movies and the way them people dress, I've kind of attended. I'm grateful. I have attended my African weddings and had my designers make my dresses and my hair wraps and all that. So I've been great. This was years ago, like, but I plan to attend some more. I might even have me one of these days. So, but I was actually supposed. Let me hush because I ain't gonna get up here and tell all my business over here on this damn. Yeah. Mhm. Anyway, yeah, and I got like I'm about to attend some workshops, and somebody want to get with me and go. That's fine, but I'm not gonna be up here blasting out this and that because these a lot of people got them little spirits where they just want to know something so they can start some mess and try to see what they can destroy and tear up and all that. Yeah, if you want to hit me up or something, then just post it in the comments and I'll give you further details because I got like two workshops to attend Saturday and Sunday. One of them is online and one of them is in person. And if somebody is in my area, because I'm in the east part of North Carolina, they can, bundle with me. We can go. I'm not staying with somebody I don't know. I ain't riding with nobody I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. Like, if you really serious, I'll give you details. But as far as the online one, I think it's too late to join now because it's starting. on. It might not be, but it's a spiritual business, and it's the type of workshop that I know the spirit is aligning me with, where I'm, taking it to a level of actually being able to track my soul group and conditional love, soul tribe, and aligning with the right people. As you move up and level up, you not gonna be doing the same thing. I mean, you're gonna be doing different things and be around different people. By me releasing some things and coming to terms with my twin flame on in the inside of me, and balancing out the masculine and the feminine energies, which is I share levels to this, but I'm not where I used to be. Actually making peace with the twin flame within me, and also the one that's upon this earth. A lot of things have started accelerating again. At one point, I was like wondering, like, why am I like? It's like which I was feeling like I was just stuck and I couldn't move and I couldn't do this. But then all of a sudden, once I did my work within, as above, so below, things started balancing out. Once I balanced out, things started balancing out, and it wasn't, yeah, because sometimes spirit is like the supreme source is like the great mother is like, you got to sit there for a second and get it together. It's not your time. You don't force it. Let it go. So I'm not forcing nothing. If it ain't meant to be, it can get, hey, I'm not forcing anything. I'm going with the flow and going into the unknown, you know what I'm saying? Balancing out, having unconditional love, compassion, and just, living in the present. That's something I learned to do because that's something I used to didn't do. I used to always be like, oh, I have to have this by this certain age, and I have to accomplish this. And you can be too ambitious. I mean, like into that masculine left side energy. I wasn't balancing out that with my home family life and all that. It's no way you can have a family and you're a woman or a man, even a man, because a man is made of masculine and feminine energies too. It's no way you can have a home life if you that much into advancing your career and climbing a career ladder and all that stuff. I had to go. I had to. It was the best thing for me to have to choose. I had to choose in 2009. I had to choose between, do I really want to be an ambitious career woman, or do I want my children? Because I lie to you not, had I chose the latter, I would have lost my children completely. Like I would have lost my children to the streets. I would have lost my children to, oh my gosh, ain't no telling. I just saw the future when they was like, "Do you want this?" I was already working and ambitious. I mean, I'm very ambitious. I've been getting it. I've been going to school. I've been getting trades and then going to school, getting degrees, and I'll be working on I'll be in one class over here, and then I have something else going on over here, and then I'll be doing this and that, and but, and then trying to balance it out. I seem like I done had family for been married and had family forever, children forever. I kind of grew up with my children. I got married as a teen, but I was just, I guess, because I had people tell me like, "You're not gonna do nothing with yourself. You're not gonna," you know how they do. They mean that shit, and they mean, but somebody told us that they mean baby boomer ass, so they tell us that mean shit because they be kind of like jealous, like, oh, I wonder what this one gonna do because I see it in their eyes that they gonna be some. So I don't want them to do better than me because that might shine light on me, make me look bad. You feel me? I mean, I used to didn't understand that concept, but I do now because I know self a little more. Grateful, grateful to the elements, grateful to the great mother, grateful to the righteous father, grateful to the son, grateful to the daughter. And when once we bring the daughter back in, the daughter has been abandoned by the father, whether he went away or died or went to the military. She's been abandoned. Once you bring the feminine daughter, that energy back into the fold, that's the balance. We gotta heal each other, and like, it's like it's a lot of pain. It's got to be dealt with. Yeah, it has to be talked about. It does. It really has to be talked about because I mean that's what helped me a lot. And I'm grateful for the people that were sent into my life. Even the ones that were actually here to uh for me to heal them and for them to heal me. They thought they were my mentor, but I ended up being a healing process for them too. And I guess once when you think you're at a certain place and somebody that you think it's like a student or somebody that looks up to you that can heal you, it's a little embarrassing and whatever. But hey, that's what we supposed to do. We supposed to shadow each other and heal each other. It's nothing to be to brag about. That's what we are the collective. What affects you affects me. I'm glad I am seeing results. I'm so glad that I see that this stuff really works. It really works. I mean, it might not turn out like you think, but it works. It works. It works. I wouldn't take nothing for my journey. Nothing. It really works, y'all. What else? I'm trying to think the planets and stuff. We talked about that and how oh we in the process of a Mercury retrograde, which it's not a bad thing. It's just the technology and stuff be messing up. And I have a lot of business stuff going on, and it takes you back to stuff that you hadn't cleared up yet. Like with X is calling, you going back to see if you don't tie up loose ends, and will you be tempted to go back and retract, or have you grown? The universe trying to see how you really own it. You vibing up and whatnot. The Mercury retrograde. So yeah, it's a little tough. They're a little tough sometimes, but we can do this together. We can rise. We can ascend. We can heal as a collective. And if you don't see somebody and you just think you're far away from them, you can send out good energy. You can send out unconditional love. You can send out healing. I was telling my clients today that even if you don't see somebody, you can send love and healing. You can communicate with them. Now it's easier because we are in, the 4D and rising up even above that. But we're in the 4D, and it's so accelerating. That's why it seems like everything is accelerating faster. Is because you know time really don't even exist. It's something that was made up. But I think we talked about it. We talked about Young Thugger. We talked about and what is up with old girl? She done attract. Ooh, I didn't mean this is off key, off subject. Um, Vivica Fox, girl. I don't know what you doing, but you done got her here and attracted the wrong attention. I don't know if you working for the feminist move. I don't know. Maybe that's just how you personally feel, but you might should have kept that to yourself because I done seen. How can I say this? Which I'm protected. Alright, but I seen where you done attracted people that comfortable in their sleep. You done attracted the wrong attention, boo boo. I mean, geez, I done seen people roasting you that I know for a fact. I done seen people in other countries talking about this person. I mean, I ain't gonna say that. Anyway, sometimes you just need to be quiet. People need to be quiet and think about what they're saying because you never know, like you never know who really like who and who is like really into somebody and they don't like the fact that they gone and they feeling some type of way and you don't want them to chime in to you like that because you might not be, protected as you think out here. Just because you got money and status and you in Hollywood, honey, it's deeper than that. I mean, it's levels to this stuff. You got to be careful because you get held accountable. Oh, speaking things into existence. Okay, a lot of people don't realize that, the Bible even says life and death in the tongue. This stuff that you think and speak, you can manifest, and you can manifest it a lot quicker. Now we've been telling folk this, but we've been telling them about we not in no Piscean age no more. We are in the Aquarius age. Where things now, when you speak it, even with your music, even these rappers, I've been saying this for a long time. They get up there and talk all that talk. Yeah, the feds watching. They've been watching the law or whatever, and that's why I don't like mess with people that be all flashing on these talking, telling all their business and all, because they watching and holding you accountable for everything that you say up here. They holding you accountable. Everything that you say, if you ain't being led, if it's something that you saying and you being led by the spirit and you connect, then that's what you supposed to say. And shout out to my brother, protection to him. I hope he come through this trial or whatever he got going on. I send him freedom. I send him balance and wholeness. I pray that he's innocent and that the chains will fall off. What is it? I can't say his name. Rashad Jamil Rashad, guy that's the spiritual guy that's that they just got or whatever. I ain't gonna say that they are free. I ain't gonna say I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna think that everybody's free and protected. We going into the golden age. We ascending. Is the mess gonna stop? Our people are gonna rise up. Our people are going to learn to love themselves and love each other and have unconditional love and build together and unite and support each other. We are rising and ascending. We, as the collective, are healing from our childhood traumas. We are holding ourselves accountable. We are doing our shadow work. We are not so sensitive until somebody can't tell us when we're doing wrong. We're not so sensitive that we cannot be checked with love, not with somebody trying to harm us and destroy us and put us down. But if somebody is telling us the truth that we need to hear in compassion and love and balance, that we will be able to accept it, to rise up and better ourselves, that we don't walk around thinking that because we got a certain title or that we are a certain sex as far as a male or female, or we come from a certain college or a certain family or a certain bloodline, or we have a certain popularity status, that nobody can tell us when we're wrong, that nobody can tell us when we need to go sit down. We're getting out of that mindset of the illusion of thinking that we cannot be checked. And just because somebody tell us the truth don't mean that we gotta want to counsel them or lash back. Because sometimes we can sit and think, well, isn't any truth in what they said? Like, can I do better? Can I do better? Because when I got to that point right there, that's when my life started. That's it. Look, it didn't happen overnight, but it started changing for the better. I mean, I'm telling you, whew, I balanced out. Yeah, and I mean, I was a really sensitive person. Oh man, I mean, mm, my moon sign and uh my moon sign and my sun sign. I mean, and I got it now. It's in balance though. I got it now. I had to get some tough skin. You know what I'm saying? I put on the front like I was tough, but and I'm about that business. I always been about it. But man, I'll be doing some stuff and I'll be crying at the same time. But you gotta have balance. This sensitivity is needed. All of that's needed, but within balance. And also the ego is needed, but within balance. You don't want to be too far to the right or too far to the left. You want to be in balance with all things. And this is Wednesday. This is Wednesday. Um, going on what now? This is Thursday, Lord. Happy Thursday. This is Shango Day. Maybe Oya will show up, who knows? Mama Oya, Papa Shango. Okay, but this is the Thursday. I think I talked about that movie and all that. Well, I'm checking out. This is Moon Goddess 777. Checking out. Y'all like, subscribe, and share. We got some upcoming events with Maya Simple of Healing and Unconditional Love. We got a food drive coming up. And with my other venture, we have a book launch coming up. We got a lot of exciting things. So stay tuned for greatness and unconditional love, healing, compassion, and balance to you all. This is Moon Goddess 777 checking out.